reached out to them and said, hey, would you guys be interested in this possible event of doing a cycling event?
So how did you, well, before you got involved with Epic Experience in that store, what were you doing before?
Yeah, so originally from Northern California, hence the 49er bit.
So Garoppolo, your new quarterback?
Stole from him because he's a Patriots fan.
Right. So Garoppolo went to my high school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So Rolling Meadows High School. Shout out to Jimmy Garoppolo. He's definitely going to tear it up in San Fran. So.
I'm excited. But yeah, so grew up in California. Went to a Jesuit high school where and even my parents growing up always instilled in us just that sense of community and volunteering and giving of yourself and your time. But going to a competitive Jesuit high school, and then I came out to Colorado for college. Went to Regis University. Shout out to Rangers out there.
There you go.
We come in here, that Jesuit education, and it's all about that holistic education approach of not only academic, but also that social responsibility of giving back to the community as well. Make sure you're well-rounded outside of your classes. And so that's what brought me out here, was going to Regis University. And from there, competitive Jesuit schools, just, it's all right, paying a lot for education. I've had that really nice, successful job, where that means making a lot of money, and going out there and finding as much money as I can to have that big house and all this. And once I finally got to that working lifestyle in that world, I kind of realized, well, maybe that's not it for me. I was working for Red Robin, doing some stuff in the restaurants. Then I moved up and worked at the corporate office down at the tech center here in Colorado. And after two years there, Nancy decided to start Epic Experience while I was there, and it kind of gave me that chance to take that leap and think about doing something else in my life.
So we'll circle back around to that and delving a little bit deeper into your mom and Nancy, and that's actually my mom's name as well. So much love to the Nancys out there, and happy belated Mother's Day for sure. And Scott, let's hand it off to you real quick, and if you just kind of introduce how you and Megan started this business and how that come about. Congratulations on your 1-year anniversary as well.
Yeah, not there yet. Well, close.
Yeah.
Close. So me and Meg, we just kind of always wanted to kind of start our own place. We've always been in the fitness world. Never really thought we would actually do it, more just talking. And then one day, just kind of started really talking about it. She got certified as a spin instructor, got me kind of into it. Dragged me to a few classes, and then I was like, actually, this is pretty cool. So then I got certified, and then we just started talking about it, put a business plan together, and then found this place and just started rolling from there. So
and this is a phenomenal studio. I mean, this is the common area that we're sitting at. Right behind this wall is the cycle studio. How many bikes do you have in there?
So 30 total, 29 available for riders.
Okay, so you got 29 bikes plus the one that's the instructor. Yep. And this is awesome patio that you have outside. That's pretty cool. And you were talking about that you do cycle events, silent disco, and whatever now. So you bring a little bit more fun.
Totally.
And you have the space to be able to do that.
Yeah, you get the view of the mountains while you're riding. So very cool.
All right. So Colin, let's your brother went through a very, very serious personal journey, and I love for you to share it better than I can ever share it. And so this is pretty much the why and the foundation of Epic Experience. So if you can kind of enlighten us a little bit about what happened with your brother, share as much little details as you like to, and why you are so driven with your mom and him to really try and make a difference for other individuals that have gone through something similar.
Yeah, well, it's to me, starting out, it's one of those things that I think. I actually had to speak to 2 weeks ago to a class of 9 to 11-year-olds inner city school about what a nonprofit is. Mm-hmm. And as you asked that question, it just kind of brings me back to that, because it was a new clientele I haven't spoken to before, but they asked very straightforward questions, and just really making it, honestly, kind of dumbing it back down, as they say sometimes, and making you think. And when it comes down to it, the reason people do anything is because they're passionate about it.
Yes.
Right? And people don't just start something out of the blue. They start because, hey, you know what, I am passionate about something, usually through some life experience. And so for us, when we started, that life experience was Michael and I were going to college, Regis University. We were out there, we were having a blast, doing everything college kids do. And next thing you know, within the same year, he's diagnosed with a brain tumor. And then 6 months later, the brain tumor was benign, but still rocks your world when you get that kind of news.
Of course.
6 months later, he's diagnosed with testicular cancer. And it's like, what just happened?
Wow.
Where did this year go?
Wow.
Next thing you know, it's treatments and plans and doctor's visits, and it's trying to figure out what to do next.
Right.
And in that time, he was getting treated and all of that. It was during that, but mostly after that, once everything kind of came to a completion as far as just the overall plan and execution of his treatment. It was, where did my life go?
Yeah.
And that mental struggle came into play of, how do I keep going? All my friends are getting out of college and they are now, getting jobs, doing all this. And I'm having to take a step back from my career because, and unfortunately at the time, losing jobs because they wanted to bring him back and drop down 3 levels. And it's like, well, why should I be punished for this?
Right.
But it was just a lose-lose. And so mentally it's been very tough. And so he's battling kind of a dark depression a bit of just, what's my purpose and where am I going and how do I get there when I have all these obstacles down my way?
Yeah.
And so as that was going on, I was there for him. My family still lived in California at the time, and we're going to be that. I was going to be an emotional support for him. So I started working more as in the restaurant. I was still in college. He was older than I am, and I just wanted to be there to be able to support him. So my parents helped me pay for medical bills. I said, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to try and work more to get him out. We're going to go grab a beer and get him out of the house. We're going to go try and find some food, or go out to dinner, or things like that, to be able to really just, hey, let's go out there and let's get outside these 4 walls.
Right.
And so through that and through his experience, we saw, wow, cancer's beyond tough.
Yeah.
We had known friends that had had it before, but not that close. And so that's kind of where things really grew. And from there, it became, all right, what's next? And 3 years later, that's when my mom, Nancy, they had moved out here. He was diagnosed in 2007. But then my family came out here in 2009. And then 2012, that experience is born.
So you speak about Michael having that mental toughness and going through the trials and tribulations of saying, what do I do next and what's my purpose, and how were you able to support him through that, and how has that mindset and shifting it to allow you to become more resilient, how has that been played over to you to give you the feel to make sure that you can do anything in your power to find success in either spreading the word or just making sure that you can further your program overall? We'll talk about the program specifically, but that really resonated with me when we were talking about that, and how has that played a major factor in where you are today?
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing that I realized is when my brother was diagnosed, trying to find support systems for him, and we were out there. There are different support systems for other nonprofits. Some are just connectivity, other ones are adventures or doing active things like what we do. But through that, we really just saw okay, there's so many different avenues of support, but nobody necessarily knows about them.
Yeah.
And how do you connect people?
Right.
But the one thing that I found as I was getting into it, being his caregiver and helping encourage him to go to these things, or just sometimes going with him, it was, man, the cancer community they're awesome people. Once you have something like cancer in your life, you don't sweat the small stuff anymore.
Right.
The BS of life is gone.
Your gratitude is at a
And,
very high level.
and it's like, I want to live. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy it. And I don't have time for the Real Housewives type drama of life. I want to just have fun with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you sharing that and sharing that with the community. And so, what is FA Experience, and what are you guys doing to help survivors right now today? Because you're really you're working with thrivers, and I think that's super cool, and that's really your niche. And I'm sure there might be some other organizations out there that might be very similar, but maybe not. But that's really cool, is that you're really trying to get individuals to live their life and live the best possible moments in their life. So let's talk more about that, because the stuff you guys are doing and the activities are super cool, and they're obviously pretty epic. So it works out really well.
First time I've heard that one. No, when it comes to our programs, one thing I say a lot at camp, I'm a camp director at camps. Control's not the right word, but I maintain a lot of the conversations we have. I let them know where and when they need to be, what they need the next day as far as their activities. But the one thing that I remind people a lot is, listen, we all want the timeline. We all want to live till we're 95, 100. But what good is it if you're not making memories? Maybe you heard that thing before, the dash. If you're not making memories in between that, what's the point of it?
Right.
So what we do at Experience is we give the platform where we can go ahead and we can create those memories. And so we have a week-long adventure camp to where we do summer and winter programs. Again, all ages. And we're going to bring you up there. We're going to take you in the summer. Let's see, we have camp starting on June 3rd. So we'll be starting to do whitewater rafting, inflatable kayaks. If people want to learn how to stand on paddleboard, we have that as well.
Nice.
We'll do cornhole, we'll do hiking, and a little bit of horseback riding. But it's just all about there, and again, it's making memories, but being with a community of people that really understand what you're going through. They don't have to say a word to each other, but they just get it.
Right.
They understand what going through cancer is going on. They understand that fear of anxieties or things like that. So you have that connection of you're going to push yourself physically, but also emotionally to be able to say, you know what, I can do both these things,
Right.
and I can thrive through that. And the reason we use that survivor or thriver mentality is because some people resonate with one or the other. Some people hear survivor, and technically the medical institutions and National Cancer Institute, they refer to survivorship, and that term survivor from the day you're diagnosed till the day you die with cancer.
Mm-hmm.
But some people are going through treatment still for 2-3 years, and they said, what if I survived?
Yeah.
So that's when we really started to adapt that thriver as well mentality. For that way, you know what, we're not here to define what bucket you belong in. We're just going to help try and find avenues that you can relate to.
So, what success stories have you had at individuals that have gone through your program, your camping experience, and where they are today?
Oh, let's see. One of my favorite ones, honestly, is it's one I don't share too often, but I love it. It was a young gentleman, 18, and he had never really done anything like what we've done. And we partnered with an organization called Angel Flight.
Okay.
And he gets there, and I go to pick him up, and Angel Flight brings you in with private pilots to help fly you in for free for different camps and things like that. And as soon as he gets there, I go, hey, Colin, I'm Colin, nice to meet you. First thing he says, he goes, I can go home now. First words out the mouth. Yeah, buzzkill.
Resistance.
Yeah. He's like, no, that was the coolest experience ever. And I'm like, what? He goes, I just was able to fly 80% of the time when I was up there. The pilot would take the paddles and fly everything from Cheyenne to Eagle Vale.
Wow.
And I'm like, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, and it's one of those things of, that wasn't even directly our camp, but it was an experience we set up to get into our camp. So it started there, but it was with a partner, because we're all about partnerships, to be able to make an impact on that kid. And the rest of the week was, he just blew through it. He was kayaking, flipping over, didn't care, just, pushing through.
Good.
So shout out to Cream Puff out there. We have our camp names.
I did notice that on the website, the individuals you have listed all have nicknames.
Yep.
So you're a wingman.
I'm wingman.
You're a wingman.
Nancy's Bombaloo.
Okay.
Yep. Michael, my brother, he's Train Tracks.
Okay.
So yeah, we all got a few different ones. So if you guys need to come up with some,
So how do you come up with nicknames? Like, you have to just give it to yourself, or do you guys
either give it to yourself, or you can ask for someone to give it to you.
Okay.
I would say if people don't have it the next morning by breakfast, then it's coming, and you might not like it. We've had yellow snow. We had another one that was PS that stood for probably stupid. You just have fun. It's an adult camp. But one more story I just have to share.
Please, let's go.
Is we had one woman that came, and she had some of her friends signed her up. And she was sleeping, honestly, 16 to 18 hours a day because the doctors told her she has 6 months to live. And so she was just sleeping because it's like, I'm waiting to die. Yeah. And she came to our camp. And I always say, the doctors cure the body. Our job is to cure the soul and the spirit. And they both have their place.
Yeah.
And not to say that we made all the difference, but she has told us the impact we had. And that is, she came to our camp. Now it's been, I believe, 3.5 years since she was told that.
Wow.
She's now walking, taking dance classes, being active and enjoying life. And we just gave her that boost and that support to say, hey, you know what, you can do this.
Yes. And that's what it's really about, in any situation that's going through a detrimental diagnosis in life is, reminding them, hey, you know what, live life to the fullest, right? And yes, you can through this. And you know what, if you're going to fight, at least fight doing the way you want to fight. Like, if you're going to lose on your terms, right? And I think that's, a mental mindset that all entrepreneurs should also have. So it's also a pretty cool parallel to be able to help inspire other entrepreneurs out there. So at the end of the show, I'm going to ask you, what's the best advice you can give to an entrepreneur that might be going through some struggle, that might be going through, that moment of, I can't do this. So come back and we'll circle back around.
Sounds good.
Okay. So, Epic Experience is a nonprofit organization. It's a business, right?
Yep.
And I want everyone who's watching this to understand that this is a business, and that in order for a business to be successful, they need funding, right? And it's fundraising opportunities. So this is my promotion of opportunity to say, to our audience, anyone that's watching this, what are your biggest needs right now in order for you guys to get to the next level, either through funding, partnerships? I was looking at your website, you guys have some really strong partnerships. And then, we're going to talk about May 20th coming up, and I really want both of you to kind of explain, what this experience, like what should one expect moving forward out of this experience coming ahead. But this kind of delve a little bit deeper into where you guys at now, and what should a community expect from Epic Experience in the future? How can we help you grow and hit your goals coming ahead?
Yeah, so I mean, right now, Epic Experience, we started in 2012. We've done 32 camps. We've served over 330 cancer survivors just at our week-long camps.
Wow.
But then we also have reached people just that have applied. Since January 15th of this year, we've already had over 200 applications. And our camp year this year, we can only fit, the winter's already happened.
Yeah.
Our camp year, we can only fit about 75 survivors. So we have a need that continues to grow. How to make that improve? We're always looking for partnerships, whether it's businesses to help sponsor us. In-kind donations is huge. You know, if you look at our partnership page,
yeah.
A lot of those are some great in-kind donations. For example, Hall of Paddleboards. You know, they've donated paddleboards to us in the past that we use. You know, we have Zeal Optics. They've done some things as well. Then we have some that they're going to go ahead. They're going to fund from a business perspective. If you ever want to sponsor a cancer survivor and really make an impact, you can sponsor them $2,500 is how much it costs us to send one cancer survivor to camp. So University of Colorado Cancer Center and Hospital, they sponsor our whole camp for cancer survivors in the state of Colorado. So another great partner is $25,000 they give to us as a gift to be able to serve our mission.
Yeah,
so anybody that's out there, the best way to partner is, hey, you know what, I want to sponsor a survivor or any of our events. The $2,500 sends one person to camp. And we like to make that a personal touch. So if you decide you want to, sponsor a certain cancer survivor or thriver, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make sure you get to meet them. They're going to tell you, hey, here's the impact you made on me. So you get that real first-hand connection versus sometimes you're just sponsoring some places that honestly, here's the money, but are you hearing about your impact? Are you seeing it? And I guarantee you, we will show you the impact you are making, and you will feel it, and you will feel very proud about what you're giving.
And that's very important. I think that with any organization that I'm involved with, is I want to make sure that I know where my donations are going. I want to make sure that it's an immediate impact opportunity. That's just me personally. Other people just want to cut the check and let it be.
Which we'll take that too.
yeah, send those checks in to them. But even then, it's like you still, your constituents that you're working with and your donors, you definitely want them to understand that, whether they're cutting a check for $25,000 or they're cutting a check for one person to have that one-on-one conversation, that they are making a true difference in the livelihoods of individuals that you guys are supporting, and that's very important. So what else is going on? Like I want you to tell me than me tell everyone else. But you guys have this awesome campsite. Are you able to discuss that? Or
yeah. So
this is a major ask.
Scott's actually going to write me a check. It's nice and small. No. So we're always looking for one thing. We have shout out to our donors out there. We have a family that donates the ranch we're at right now. 218 acres, beautiful. It's actually the second oldest dude ranch in the state of Colorado. You're up, feel like you're on top of the mountain. And it fits all of our needs. It's where we have had all our camps since we started.
Yeah.
But we are trying to find a way to fundraise or find someone who maybe wants, some sort of investment property or just needs a tax write-off, whatever it looks like. We can get creative with it. But we're looking for a forever home for Epic Experience. And that looks like a ranch in which we can do more camps, serve more of the cancer community, and also do different things for not only the cancer survivors and thrivers we serve now, but their caregivers, as long as a long-term goal for us that I think is so unique that I don't know anybody that does out there, and that is a camp for those that have lost someone to cancer.
Yeah.
Because once someone passes, you don't hear too much about where's the support.
Yeah.
And it's not easy, so we want to be able to offer support like that. So, anything like that, but, we have a long-term goal. It's a, few million, but it's one of those things that you never know who's out there, and you never know who wants to make that impact and who wants to partner with you. So we're always looking for door openers to be able to tell us, hey, I might know this person or this person. Let's just sit down and chat and figure out how we can help support one another and making sure that cancer survivors out there, the cancer community, has all the support they need.
All right. Well, I'm glad you shared that because when you and I first met and we spoke about that, that's been resonating in the back of my head. So we got the call to action on that. We can try and help secure the ranch for a long-term goal with Epic Experience. That'll be phenomenal. So let's talk short-term goal, like within the next 6 days, 6-7 days. So we have the event coming up, Ride Beyond Cancer. the words enough say exactly what it's about. But if you can just describe what this experience is going to be, Scott, if you can kind of chime in a little bit as a partner within this. But let's tell everyone how awesome this is going to be. I'm going to be there. This is on Sunday, right?
Sunday.
So Sunday the 20th. There's 2 sessions. I'm going to let Colin go ahead and take over on the explanation of what this is about. But I'm looking forward to being there and supporting you and then having a great time because one, I've never cycled indoor. And I do have a bicycle now, but someone stole my front wheel. So
different problems.
Yeah, but go ahead, brother. Hey, Carrie, we got Carrie chiming in, giving us a quick wave. So thank you, Carrie. Hopefully, we'll see you at the event that Colin's about to speak at right now.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But it's like we said earlier. Met Scott and Megan a while ago through some mutual friends, and when I saw they did this, that's cool. Like you, not a big cycling guy, and never tried the indoor, but I was like, God, that would be such a cool thing to try together. It was actually my mom's idea with some friends of ours originally in Sacramento to build it. And so I said, well, why don't we try and maybe do one here and one there? And I know some folks we can reach out to. Nice. And so the event this Sunday, we'll have rides here at 2 and 3 p.m. And it's here at High Ride Cycle. We're located at 29th and Tennyson, okay? The new hip slow high. All the neighborhoods are changing. But it's an event that you're going to come to, and you're going to be supporting the cancer community. And while you're doing that, you come and ride, but you're going to be riding alongside cancer survivors. This is truly watching them. Cancer survivors thrive. This is what we're going to be doing. We're going to come. We're going to show you, hey, you know what? Come and partner with us. Come and support the cancer community. Just because that so many times people think that cancer look is you have to be bald, this and that. We're going to show you what cancer looks like. We're going to show you that people can kick cancer's ass. They're going to be coming here, riding along for about 40 to 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All the information you can find, social media, our website, go to epicexperience.org/events. And you'll find all of our events right there as well. But it's just good for them to come. We're going to have fun. We're having a little after party across the street at Hogshead Brewing.
Oh, nice.
So if people afterwards want to come over and grab a beer when they're done, we'll be there as well. Again, it's just to get there and support that cancer community to say, you know what, we're here for you, and we want you to know that you are not alone. And that is not just within our bubble of cancer, caregivers and community, but also, if you will, the everyday public that might not have been impacted by cancer.
Right. Well, I personally haven't experienced anything like that from a family perspective. He's very, very close. But then also an event like this. And Scott, let's talk about how important it is for you to get involved in the community, having a friendship and a partnership with Epic. Have you guys done anything like this before?
Not specifically like this. We've done charity events in the past. We did do a ride and fly with a studio across the way there for another organization. But we try to give back as much as we can, and we finally have a platform to finally do this.
Yeah.
We have the ability, great instructors that are willing to give up their time, and just a great space to kind of partner. And then just knowing Colin, knowing the great organization of the events, and it's just great. Kind of met perfectly, and I like taking advantage of these types of things. Always giving back as much as we can, especially within our first year, and then hopefully as we continue to grow, do more of these and be able to kind of expand on them.
All right.
And I'm sure with that,
100%.
Big shout out to these guys at High Ride Cycle. If you're looking for a cycling studio in Denver, this is where you want to be. And I say that only because these guys are giving of their hearts. They are passionate about what they're doing, but we offered to cut them, some funds for giving of their space, and they've been generous enough to donate 100% back to the charity for these rides. So I just like to give a huge shout out. That's huge for us, and I know you guys are new, so to be able to give that is just it's so awesome. So just know that if you come and you pay to come on this ride, 100% of your proceeds will be coming to Epic Experience to make an impact on cancer survivors. So if we are able to get both these rides sold out, we're going to be able to cover most likely cover the the summer whitewater activities that we'll do for 1 week, which is huge.
And have you guys planned that out when you guys are looking to do the summer whitewater activities?
So all of our camps right now are planned out. We're actually coming very close to having them all completely booked.
Okay.
But we have one camp in June, one in July, and 2 in back-to-back weeks in August. Hoping that this rain that we were trying to get keeps coming, so that way that river stays a little bit higher. But so we're excited for this summer, excited to make an impact, about 10, 11 survivors at each camp.
All right, so Individual price is $25.
Yep, individual price.
So if you want to come ride by yourself, it's $25. There's a survival ride sponsor, so you can sponsor a rider for $50.
Correct.
Right? And then you guys have some other packages going on as well.
Yeah, if you want to, if you're interested and you say, that you can still do it this week, sign up and you can fundraise. Even if you just do $250, that helps pay for someone's flight to come to camp. And so if you want to fundraise $250, we have a little package. You'll get a shirt. You'll get a ride here at High Ride Cycle for fundraising. And the more you do, the bigger packages you can get. They range from $250 up to $1,000. But we have little prize packages we'll get for you. But just know that when you do that, you're fundraising for this event. You can do it a little bit after if you want as well. But we're just doing it to try and raise as much money as we can and awareness for Epic Experience and helping cancer survivors thrive beyond cancer.
All right. So I want to let you know that I want to sponsor 5 riders to be part of this. So that's $250 from Fluent Hustle. So we'll work on the details after
I like
that.
And now we need like 10 more.
So I just want to give you a heads up on that. That we'll definitely, and I'll be here riding as well. I know I got a couple other friends that want to participate and get involved with this as well. So look forward to having a fun event. Looking forward to seeing individuals that can come out and have fun with everyone and just really have a true epic experience overall. So like I asked earlier on, Fluent Hustle is about empowering, promoting, and inspiring entrepreneurs through the stories of other entrepreneurs. And in each of you, you're an entrepreneur, you're running a family business, you're an entrepreneur as an owner, co-owner. And perhaps both of you guys can answer this question as well. It's like, what's the best advice, given in your time frame and your position right now, that the words of wisdom and advice that you can give to the entrepreneurs out there who might be in that particular situation of struggle? They might feel like things aren't going the way they expected to go, and being an entrepreneur can be a very, very lonely journey if you allow it to be. So our community is about not letting you be a lonely journey. It's about bringing conversations like this out there and hearing other people's stories, because the more you learn from other people, it's going to help you navigate that journey that you're going to take on yourself. So what comes to mind, Colin, from the Epic experience, and you guys have been around for 6 years, I believe, right now. And it hasn't been easy, right?
Nope. Not easy. It's not like you just wake up one morning and you find a check for $20,000 in the mail. It doesn't happen like that. But you get some nice surprises along the way.
Yeah.
But it's all about just community. You build a community. Life is about relationships. And I feel like Ira, you've established that fairly well as far as relationship building, and that's what you're trying to do now. And that's so much of what we're doing is just relationships and finding those that care and want to support the mission that you have.
Right.
But I would say the one thing when it comes to an entrepreneur is really having a clear goal in mind and executing that well, but having the understanding that you're going to need to flex a little bit and change with the times. For us, the one thing my mom said is, when I first came on, she goes, just remember this. Again, from California, we want to be like In-N-Out Burger. We want to do one thing, we want to do it well.
Yes.
And that's so true. I mean, you look at In-N-Out Burger, it's like that's what they do. Burgers, fries, shakes, sure, but it's easy, simple. And and obviously they've done very well. And so we're trying to do that, still evolving, because we've noticed that as we grow, the survivors that come into our network grow. So we're trying to do more one-day survivorship programs to be able to just get people in our community so they know they have the support. Yeah. So you have to be able to evolve, but making sure you have that clear mission, clear goal, and roles and responsibilities. If it's just you, or if it's you and one other person, even if it's just 2 people, understanding what's your role and what are you managing at that time, and not trying to stretch too far.
Love it. And I think business is all about relationships, and the more relationships you're able to strengthen and further and get deeper into, the more people are going to know about you and want to work with you. If you're likable and when they know you and they like you, then they're most likely going to want to do business with you one way or another, right? But if you don't have that strong relationship, they're not going to like you, and they probably won't do business with you at the end of the day, right? Scott, what's your takeaway on that same question to help inspire the entrepreneurship community? You and Megan have been in business for 10 months now.
10 months, yeah.
And they say the first year is probably the hardest year. And you've probably been feeling a lot of that pain, right?
Yeah.
But you're right there, at the...
I'm still here, so...
Yeah. But you're in the final stretches of your first year. So what kind of comes to mind for you?
So community obviously is big, so I won't go back on that because you stole it from me and got to go first. So good for you. I'll take it. No, I think the biggest thing is just from an entrepreneurial standpoint, things go wrong. Everything goes wrong, and you just got to keep pushing. There's never a day where I'm just like, nice. Today was amazing. there's always some problem that you kind of have to go, but that's kind of the fun part with it too, right? So it goes back to evolving, being flexible, but knowing that you're going to get there as long as you keep working hard and keep pushing. And we went through a lot of struggles when we first started out, being married and having my business partner be my wife. There's definitely some struggles there. But again, just knowing that we really like and enjoy what we do, passionate about it. We got this started for a reason, and just kind of pushing through and just taking day by day and kind of making progress on each day and kind of learning from every mistake. I mean, every mistake is actually a good thing.
It's a great opportunity, right?
Right. So like, there's a ton of things that looking back now, man, like I would never have done ever again. And as we kind of continue to grow, we learn from those mistakes and kind of keep pushing and kind of keep growing from that. So I think that's the biggest thing. It's just things go wrong. It happens. It happens to everybody. There's never a perfect business model. It's always like you learn from those mistakes and just kind of pushing through those.
And how can the Fluent Hustle community, anyone that's watching this video, how can they help you and Megan out with High Ride Cycle here?
Just come check us out. I mean, honestly, like we have a really good ride. It's a really fun time. We're huge in the community. We're a small studio. We're not a franchise. Me and my wife own it. So we take really a lot of pride in knowing the people here on a day-to-day basis by first names and kind of bringing that community. So just kind of continuing to grow that community. So come check us out. I'm sure you guys will like it. And that's really it. I mean, just supporting us.
All right. Well,
very unique location too. So
it is.
Awesome
It's super awesome. I mean, I really wish that like we can just take the camera and go in the back and show everyone what's going on, but we're not quite there yet. So it looks like we got some comments that have come in. We'll definitely try and follow back up, or maybe we can kind of follow back up in posts or Sky, depending on what the comments were. But we're going to end it right now. Again, this is Ira Coleman. I'm the founder of Fluent Hustle. We are a community that empowers, promotes, and inspires entrepreneurs to the stories of other entrepreneurs that we have with Colin and Scott. These individuals have been superb in what they're doing, the partnerships that are going on, and more importantly, to serve others and make a difference. And knowing that you want to live life to the fullest every single day and don't take life for granted, and have a high level of gratitude. So we really appreciate you guys tuning in. Please like, comment, and share so we can get as much exposure for both of these companies moving ahead, and we'll take it from there. So I appreciate you guys coming out to the show. Phenomenal job. Really appreciate it. Scott, great meeting you.
Absolutely.
And you guys have a wonderful day. Take care, guys.
See ya.